What's good, everybody? Sly here. Regarding my favorite dead game, Elder Scrolls Legends, the amount of overpowered cards in this game is massive. In comparison to the absolute stinkers, of course. We have a lot of cards that generally devastate upon their arrival, let alone what happens once they're on the field and let loose regarding their skill or attack that they bring to the field. Going over the term overpowered, I've come to realize that that is not exactly that bad in Elder Scrolls Legends. I mean, honestly, it's very vague. From monsters to actions to item combos, hell, not even regulated to this genre. Overpowered can be open to interpretation depending on how balanced the card is compared to others that are quote unquote overpowered. Anyway, bringing it back in, I thought about utility. I mean, a card can be broken, but if the cost is within reason for the effect, you can argue that there is a balance between that type of card and a card that has a powerful effect but an exceptional low or high cost. That brings us to Cruel Firebloom. For 0 cost, you must sacrifice 1 creature in order to inflict 5 damage to a random enemy. Simple and easy to understand, it is often overlooked due to the random targeting this card has. Since you can't guarantee a creature's death like Casting a Time or Dawn's Wrath, however, the cost for this card combined with the 5 damage it does puts it in a league of its own. It's not the most powerful card, heck no. I wouldn't rank it near the Red Deer in terms of power. However, the power that it has combined with the utility of this card, the fact that it can be used anytime on any turn as long as you have a monster on the field that you control, it gives the card holder a lot of room to decide how they want to control the field, and oftentimes it doesn't require a lot of card usage due to the just low cost effect of the card itself. Sacrifice a creature, deal 5 random damage. That is a hell of a lot of power and just utility for 0 cost. Let's talk about the advantages from cost to power to utility. Cruel Firebloom costs nothing. It's a card that does 5 damage for free. Compare that to Crushing Blow, which costs 3 and does 3 damage. However, it can target your opponent directly. That's only one small difference. And even Spirit Knife, it costs 7 and does 7 damage. You see the advantage. The only trade-off to Cruel Firebloom is that you need to control 1 monster on the field for this to work. In ESL, that's way too easy. Hell, there are cards that actually benefit off of being sacrificed, such as Blackhand Messenger or Balmora Spymaster. Side note, this is another card that may need its own separate section on being too OP, as the effects of this card alone can literally break the game in terms of the random monsters it can generate. Anyway, so Full Firebloom just fits in even more when you consider that. Remember, the cost is everything in the early stages of the game. Doing 5 damage almost insta-kills any creature under 4 costs. You can use Firebloom and save your javelins, Casting a Time, even Drive Mad. It gives you way too much versatility in addition to the versatility of destroy effects already present in the game. 5 damage is not the strongest aspect of this card, honestly, for Cruel Firebloom. In comparison, there are cards that survive through that. However, 5 damage is a solid damage stat, which is capable of eliminating some big value cards. Remember, Firebloom doesn't target, however, it can hit creatures in the shadow lane. Cards such as Master of Thieves, Torval Extortionist, and Lumbering Ogrim are insta-kills with use with this. Compare this to Javelin, which does the same thing but costs 5, so you're waiting until turn 5 or turn 4 if you can break a rune. Fell the Mighty, which can only creature with 4 attack or more, costs 4 on top of that. Yes, we can state that Firebloom is rare, and the cards I just mentioned may be common. However, 0 cost allows that to just make something that can be slotted into almost any intelligent build that wants to control the field. And that brings us to the last portion of this card for Cruel Firebloom. The combo potential of this card is immense. Taking everything I said recently regarding the cost for this card, the damage that it provides, combine that now with the combo potential that this card generates, and now you can start to understand why this is pretty much in the top tier. I alluded to Spy Master earlier as an example of a card to combo with it. it replaces itself when it dies with another monster comparable to the max amount of magic you have. Regardless, its effect activates once it's sacrificed, so it's beneficial to combo with a card such as Cruel Firebloom, as it costs nothing, and of course Spymaster is a 2-cost card in itself. Let's take monster cards out briefly just to really showcase how powerful this is, because there are other effects or sources of monster generation. Cards such as Vodvark Experiments or Imperial Might. Those generate a free monster for you each turn, and of course you can easily use that with Firebloom. The Telvanni archetype as a whole synergizes with this card in every sense of the word. Any creature whose effect is already used or you don't need, such as some low damage card, maybe Thieves Guild Recruit or Fighters Guild Recruit that's been silenced, something with a low attack, you can use that as an auto 5 damage to a random creature with the use of Cruel Firebloom. Again, it makes even weak cards capable of doing immense damage. The only thing that the trade-off is that, again, it's random, so you may hit a low-cost creature or the creature that you don't want. That's the only thing. Outside of that, yeah, there is no drawbacks. So, this is an extra part, a last thing to touch on. I was thinking about a possible nerf to help balance this card. I mean, this card being 0 is actually appealing. I think that's one of the great benefits of this card. However, I would lower the damage it does to 4, or add a limitation that the damage done to a creature has to be in the same lane as the creature you sacrifice to activate the effect to begin with. Not exactly groundbreaking, but I think that's a change that can help keep it in line or keep it balanced in comparison to the other destroy effects in Elder Scrolls. And that pretty much wraps it up. That is the return of the 2 OP series featuring Cruel Firebloom. Please let me know your thoughts below in terms of the card. Do you feel it's OP? Do you feel like maybe it could use an additional type of nerf or an adjustment to the destruction of the card or the cost? Let me know your thoughts below. And actually, yeah, this card is OP. I don't care what nobody says. I didn't even talk about Necromancer's Amulet or just other supports that can combo easily with Cruel Firebloom. It's just too much advantage for the cost that it provides, in addition to other structures or whatever your deck is trying to situate at the moment. It just works in too good. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Later.